Join Joe, John, and Jim as they discuss the biggest stories in the world of sports.
You put them all together, it makes a nice package, right?
Get ready
for passionate and intelligent conversation about the biggest issues and personalities in sports.
It's unscripted.
Somehow got mono. God knows who he was making out with.
Some people call him dirty. I like to call him creative.
It's unfiltered.
I'm going to need another beer soon.
And I said, well, hold on. You're making my point, right? My thoughts are I'm going to call my therapist after the show is what I'm going to do.
All right, and we are back live with you guys to do the Patriots and Cardinals preview show for Week 12. John and Jim, we're back for more. Looking for some expertise from Patriots Nation and some large lawn darts thrown across from Jim to interrupt. So with that, let's dive into it. Please, before we do, subscribe, hit that little bell, set it to all, get all of our notifications. Make sure that you're tracking whenever we're on. Make sure you're on, joining us, interacting, and making this as much fun as possible. Get your questions, your thoughts. If we're wrong, please let us know. Whatever you think. So with that, let's talk some Patriots and Cardinals, the ass whooping that Arizona's about to put on New England. I can't wait. John, what do you think?
So what New England team is going to show up? That's what I'm curious of. Is it the one that came out and ran the ball like gangsters against Baltimore, or is it going to be the ones that laid a duck and are going to lose? So a couple things that are New England's favor right now. 1 o'clock game. 1 o'clock game for a team traveling to the West Coast, which means what? They're playing at 10 a.m.? Mm-hmm. 10 a.m., right? Mm-hmm. Now, also, what Cam Newton is going to be there? Do we get the big Cam? I don't know. Do we get the Cam that's going to throw for 380? I have no idea. And which Kyler Murray is going to show up? Is it going to be the one that's going to chuck it into the end zone and Stephon Gilmore? Hello, show up, or does sophomore Murray? I really hope sophomore Murray, Tyler. I really hope sophomore Murray.
Not going to happen.
My thing is they got a lot of weapons. One good thing is their running game isn't that strong. And Drake may have decent numbers, but let's face it, their running game is their weak point of their offense. So to me, stop the running game, focus on the pass. I think we'll have a chance. But then the Kyler Murray factor kicks in. He's going to be running around like crazy if we do that. So how do we stop that? Thank God I'm not the coach in New England and Coach Belichick is, because I don't know. But this is another game where Jim's going to say there's zero chance that they can win. So Jim, I need you to say that, because the last time you did, they won. Okay, they won.
Yeah, I think everyone is going to say that. So it's not just me this week. But
no, it's just you. It's just you. I'm picking New England this week.
Oh my God!
Come on.
How
many points?
No, you're not. Right?
Straight up. I'm taking New England in our Pick'em league. I'm taking them. This is the game they're going to win because no one's expecting them to.
Is Murray out? Is Murray out? Is that what you? Did you get some inside knowledge or something?
No. I'm telling you, I'm taking New England to win because they shouldn't. They're losing games this year that they shouldn't. They're winning games that they should, or they should.
All right. Well, they barely beat the Jets. Somehow they beat the Ravens, right? Then they lose to the Texans, who can't do anything, and they scored 27 points.
Texans, their offensive just put up a lot of points this past weekend as well. Now, granted, they played Detroit, I know. But, I mean, they looked really good.
Right.
Deshaun Watson is no joke. Mm-hmm. But we're kind of running into that same quarterback type deal. Mm-hmm. I'm only taking New England because I know you two aren't, and most people are not. So I'm going to be one up in our Pick'em league.
I guess that's one way of looking at it, but I don't see any way that they're going to win. I don't see it. I mean,
they are.
So Burkhead's on the IR, a couple more guys on the IR. Right,
Isaiah Wynn. You lose Isaiah Wynn as well, best offensive lineman, right?
Right. So even if Murray's shoulder, what is it?
No, he was saying Isaiah Wynn's our best offensive lineman, and yeah, but I mean that thank God that's their one strong point this year. So with Sony Michel coming back too, now is he going to play the time he has? I hope not. I want to see Damian Harris, and finally James White. James White should get tons of looks this weekend. Tons of looks. Not that I don't like Burkhead and I'm glad he's hurt. That's not it. But I'm really hoping to see a monster dose of James White. We're going to have to.
Well, Belichick's saying Sony Michel's going to play. So what does that do? What,
7 carries for him? Give Harris his 18 to 20 and James White playing on second and long and third downs, of course.
Even with that, Harris is a good enough receiver that you don't need James White.
Yeah, but James White just makes things happen. He just does. I'm not saying that Harris isn't a good receiver coming out. I'm just saying I think James White is better. So I don't care. Put them both back there. Ryan Izzo isn't going to have 89 yards receiving again. I don't see that happening.
Yeah, and this is an interesting comment, but I think it's slightly delusional there. So Pats are showing their colors, and their defense can flip from week to week, and so can Cam. Yeah, they can, but it's not going to happen this week to make it a game or not. So
right. So can Cam really flip it on and off when he wants?
Not anymore.
Just like I'm watching Brady the other night, Cam's missing balls all over the place too. He's missing receivers. He's not going to run to beat you. He's got to throw the ball to beat you. And I don't see him doing it. I don't think he's as accurate as he was. I don't think he's spotting the open receivers either. So I think he's been struggling, and I don't see him being the guy that's gonna. And you look at Arizona, right? This is a team that Arizona is supposed to beat. If Arizona wants to be considered legit, they got to win this game. They got to win this game. They can't look past the Pats. They got to go all in. They got to win this game to move forward. They cannot just lay down and it's a one-score game and they're not sure who's going to win till the fourth quarter. No, you got to come out and dominate, and that's it. You can't give the Pats a chance and let them feel like they have a chance to win the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, after the Patriots and and then they have the Rams the following week, then they can kind of throttle back. They've got the Giants and the Eagles the next 2 weeks. Take a break there.
That's where the real challenge comes from Arizona, right there.
Yeah, trying to figure out the best flight to take to New York City. That's about it. Oh my God.
We'll see.
Yeah, but Arizona, the only issue that they have is Larry Fitzgerald was placed on the COVID-19 list like that. And that's not that big of a deal because Christian Kirk is kind of taken over as the number 2 there.
He's still a weapon now.
Larry's a nice outlet. He's always there for you, but you've still got and Chase Edmonds is a very underrated receiving back in that. I mean, he's not exactly a James White, but I think he's a little bit bigger, but very good catching and very good once he's got the ball in his hand. And when Drake was down, you definitely saw that what is possibly there. So I think that's going to be a huge thing too. But Kyler Murray's legs, I mean, everybody's seen enough of him now. I mean, he's like Barry Sanders. I mean, he just jukes people out of their shoes. Like he's disgusting, just absolutely disgusting player. So he could beat you with his arm. He could beat you with his legs. He's got, like I said, Christian Kirk's come on strong the last month or so. DeAndre Hopkins, everybody in the world knows who he is. And then they've got some guys that could step up in Fitzgerald's stead with Andy Isabella. He's a pretty decent receiver there. They drafted him high 2 years ago, I think it was. I think it was out of Texas A&M as well. So he's got some stuff there that he can do. So it's the receiving core is good. Drake has a ton of talent, but he's one of those you don't know what you're going to get. Chase Edmonds is a great receiving back as well. So the offensive side is very strong. It's really going to come down for me. It's going to come down to Cam because Cam is going to have to play out of his mind. He's going to have to play vintage like 2011 or 13?
2020, early 2020.
Oh, really?
Oh, week 2, 2020. Yeah, no, he's going to have to go back to MVP Cam to be able to do anything with this because your receivers are terrible.
Yeah,
Right?
but they give up tons of points, Joe. And kind of like one of the comments that just got put up. They lost to Detroit and Carolina. Detroit and Carolina. Okay, so Patriots are kind of in that same realm right now if you look at record-wise. All right? I mean, Arizona gives up a lot of points. I mean, let's take a look. They gave up 20, 15, okay, but then they gave up 26 to Detroit, 31 to Carolina, 10 to the Jets, which nobody should do, 34 to the Seahawks, 34 to the Dolphins back-to-back, and then 30 to Buffalo, and then 28 to the Seahawks again. So, I mean, they're in a span of 4 weeks where they're giving up 30 points a game. 30 points a game. So is there a chance? Absolutely there is. And if
Peterson, Belichick's the one, right? Yeah, Peterson's been getting beat, and the last couple of games I saw, he's getting beat. He's bad penalties against them, a lot of holding and pass interference, and he's not playing like he normally does. So yeah, they have been giving up a lot of points, but I still think they're a stronger team. I get that they beat some of these teams. You know that they lost to some of the teams they should have beat, but again, they can't stay on that road. I think they have to regroup and realize if we want to be considered legit, we got to win this game. This is a team that we're supposed to beat. We have to beat them, and that's it.
Again, they're playing at 10 in the morning. That's going to be kind of my hope to this too. I mean, it really is. Yep. Yeah, they're playing at 10 in the morning. Yep. They give up a lot of points. Hopefully, by the time they truly wake up and start realizing what's going on, it's going to be a game. And I think it's going to be a game. Yep. That's why I'm predicting New England to win. Because it's Arizona's a very talented team. But, I mean, who's going to pass rush on Arizona? They haven't been rushing the passer at all. Because once Chandler Jones went out for the year, they lost that big guy. So I agree, Carlos, if they come in the same way against Baltimore. So what are they going to do? They're going to run the ball. I'm telling you, it's going to be running back. I mean, if Sony comes back and carries the ball 7-10 times, that's fine, as long as he's averaging 4 to 5 yards a carry. Because can they keep up the scoring pace with Arizona? No. But I'll tell you what, they can keep them off the field. They can keep them off the field.
What's this?
Denver has no active quarterbacks right now.
That's good.
Patrick Lindsay. No, Philip Lindsay. There you go, Joe. Lindsay's going to get a shot.
Wow.
Oh my God.
What was it? COVID?
COVID?
What happened?
I haven't seen any Broncos news on. Oh, actually, it just popped up 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, mine did too.
All Broncos quarterbacks ineligible to play Sunday versus the Saints, but team won't forfeit.
Oh my God!
It's going to happen. Cancel.
That's interesting. So they flexed the Ravens Steelers game out of Thursday night because the Ravens had 6 COVID players at the time, and they flexed them to Tuesday. The Broncos have no quarterbacks. You're not going to flex them out.
So it's due to COVID though.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
So they to me they got to play. You got to play.
Well, they didn't make the Ravens play against the Steelers Thursday. They were supposed to be the late night.
Yeah, but weren't they waiting for more results and stuff like that? And to me, if it's one guy that's down and the rest of the team is negative, you play. Even if he's your star guy, you got to play the game.
Right, but there's something written with COVID where there has to be a balance of like talent and stuff like that too. So it's not just because one quarterback's out. They can't have like I can't remember what they called a competitive balance, I believe they called it.
I don't buy it. I don't buy that.
I mean, I'm just saying I see it getting moved down the road because of the competitive balance. I mean, I could see if they had one quarterback in there, okay, fine. You can play with one quarterback, but to have none, someone's going to get killed, man.
So to me, only
against New Orleans.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's not even right.
Come on. That's not
It's
fair.
only if they're concerned about it spreading to the rest of the players. If that's not the case, in my mind, how many times have guys had food poisoning and migraines and they're out? And it doesn't matter if it was Brady. Okay, John. It doesn't matter if it's Brady or whoever.
He's so upset he had.
Yeah, I'm sorry to upset you. You don't have to leave the show. But to me, if the star guy has food poisoning, they don't say, let's move the game to Wednesday. We got to make sure it's competitive. No, I don't buy that. I get it if they're trying to protect everyone else from getting infected. But if it's only one guy, like the Lamar thing. So Lamar was infected or he's positive, right? And if it was only him, I don't agree with moving the game around and reshuffling and doing all this stuff for one guy. No, not to make it competitive. Too bad. If it's the luck of the draw, right?
Right. It's no different than him just getting hurt and being out for the week. But to not have a single quarterback on your team, like, how do you play a game?
Right. John's trying to get back in. He just texted me.
Yeah, he had to take a breather.
He doesn't know how to get back. Oh, I guess he needs a link.
He should still have it.
But no, I mean, that's how I see it. I think that the game, like they say, the show must go on, right? You don't just say, okay, yes.
We lost one. We're not hanging up on you guys. We're staying. We're staying with you.
That's right. So, oh my God, no, I don't buy that. I mean, that's crazy. That
what I think the bigger question is now, like we talked about this just before we went on the show with getting the news that San Francisco has to find a new place to play for the next 3 weeks. And now you've got a team with no quarterbacks due to COVID. What is this going to do to the season? Are you, can we finish a season that is this turbulent? I don't know. I don't know how, if it keeps trending this way, is the NFL just going to have to say, all right, that's it. We gave it a shot, but it's not working, and you cancel the season.
Right. I mean, it's funny because they keep enforcing that the coaches must wear the mask and must wear the mask on the sidelines. But how about the other players? Like, there are some areas. Oh, sorry to upset you, John. So, the
technical difficulties. I apologize.
No, don't worry. So the other players, though, on the bench the other day, and I can't remember what team it was. I was like, wow, all the guys came off the field, all put their mask on. But every other team I see, everybody's on the sideline, and I get it. They're tested and then they're negative. So I guess they don't need it. Then if that's the case, why does the coach need it?
No, they changed the rules last week that you have to wear a face mask on the sideline.
Yes.
So a face mask. So why not just wear the shield? Why can't they wear? Some guys wear the shield. You can't even see their eyes, right? Why not just everybody have a shield on your mask and be done with it?
Right. I don't know why they can't. I don't know why they don't just put like Andy Reid's clear visor. Just put it across the front of the face mask, and now you've just got a mask on all the time. If you cough,
and then you know what's going to happen? There'll be no face mask because you can't grab the guy's cage.
Right. You just hit him in the
dirt and mud, and they're going to try messing people up with that. There's some dirty bitches out there.
No, but there's guys that have run. Think about like Marshawn Lynch. He used to have that shield on his face, right? That you couldn't even see through it, and nobody put mud or grass on it. So I mean, he was doing it. Yeah, right. Yeah. There's guys that wore that. So why can't all the players? Why can't the linemen have it on? They're face to face. You think they would have it on, but I don't know. Right.
I've had a hard time with that too. It's like, oh, the coaches get fined out the ass for not having a mask on, but they're surrounded by 52 other people plus coaches that have all been tested that aren't wearing masks for 60 minutes of football. But because they don't have a mask on, they're somehow endangering everybody else. Like, they're getting tested just as much as the players are, and everybody else is maskless. What the hell is going to happen? But
are they going to do a bubble thing like basketball? Or, I mean, if it keeps happening like this and games keep getting jockeyed around, and we talked about this after the bye weeks, what do you do? And now we're getting past the bye weeks, and now we're running into, okay, do we add a week 18? Do we? What's going to happen? Do people lose their first week bye or the first round bye? I don't know.
Follow what the NBA did, I think. I mean, I think they nailed it as far as keeping the players healthy, safe. No games got canceled.
Yep.
Perfect idea. Does it suck being away from your family? Of course it does. People do it all the time. They make millions. It's FaceTime. I mean, it's virtually being in the same room.
That's right.
Just do it. Just do it.
Right. You're getting paid a lot of money to do your job. I mean, like I said, John, some of us, that's obviously it's what we sign up for. But if you're a football player and this is what it is now, this is life for the next year or two.
It's what it is.
Suck it up. It's your job. You either opt out or you play. within the contingents of what they deem as the most plausible route forward. Like that's kind of what you have to do. But let's see, I would be surprised at this point the way that stuff is unraveling, and we don't even know what this is going to look like now after Thanksgiving. Like the numbers are going to go through the roof for infections because people just completely said, no, you're not going to tell me I'm not going with my family. And, I've already got some of my guys from work saying, hey, so-and-so, my family member was here and now they tested positive. What am I supposed to do? Just like, it's going to unravel. It's just going to unravel across the entire country. This is going to it's going to be ugly, and how is it not going to affect football? It already is. So, is this it? Do we have 2 weeks of football left and then that's it? They pause it until playoffs, maybe. I don't know. They just lock it. This is the end of the season, and whoever's in is in. And because
wow, that'd be something. So Giants beat Cincinnati, and then we're tied for first, and we're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
right.
Could be. Where are the Patriots? Are the Patriots
not in first?
Hey, man.
Are they on the outside looking in?
Right after we beat Arizona this week, we'll be 5-6.
So this is an important game.
Tyler says New England's better than any New York team. I guess he's including Buffalo in that. And you guys are looking up at Buffalo, but in his mind, the Pats are better than the Bills. Is that what he's saying? Or was he just talking about the Giants and the Jets?
New York City team.
Oh, that's not what it says.
Oh, yeah, and there are no New York City teams.
You guys always say Buffalo.
We're in New Jersey. We're in first of all, we're in New Jersey.
Say Buffalo isn't New York, so we're just kind of going off of what you were saying.
Right.
Oh Lord.
But I mean, records prove that New England is better than all New Jersey teams right now. Records prove it. I mean, look, data. Jim, you must deal with data, right?
Sometimes.
Data shows.
Sometimes.
Scam.
When it's in my favor, yes.
Donato, shut up. I don't want to hear about your Steeler 10-0 record.
This is again end of story. End of story.
Look
at that.
Done. Kaput.
Bills don't count.
Okay.
Tyler, I got you back, man. That's what I said too.
All right. So he knows you guys aren't better than the Bills. Okay.
No, that is perfect manipulation of statistics right there.
Yeah.
They're better than all New York teams, except for the ones that are up north. Just in the lower
except
half
for the only
state.
team that's actually in New York.
That throws my entire statistic argument out the window. So it's only it's only the lower east side of the state that we're counting for.
On this side of the Hudson River.
Yeah.
The ones on the Jersey side.
On the south side of the Hudson River.
The Jersey
Anything
side
above
of
that.
New York.
Yeah. Wait, isn't that the state line? Yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah, no.
They're practically Canada. I mean, Toronto was playing there. I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah. Well, that's probably no, actually. So yeah, San Francisco can't even go to Buffalo and play like Toronto did for the next 3 weeks. I wonder where they're going to go. That's going to be awesome. Let's see.
Why don't they go play in San Diego? Because the Chargers aren't there anymore.
So
that's an open stadium.
They could. So Carlos, he's back to reality again. Absolutely spot on there. They're not going to make the playoffs this year. It's going to be the first year that they don't make it in since 2000, right? Or no, 2006 was that Brady's injury year?
What was this year? Was it
when he blew out his knee? Oh,
yeah.
I don't.
So
that was
it's been a long time.
year.
But I did see that this is the first season since 2000 that Bill Belichick is in danger of being below 500, and it's the latest since 2000 that they've been below 500, which is fucking crazy. I mean, you think about
2002. Look at that.
Think about that. For a team in 20 years to not be below 500 after week 11, that's
I know it's insane.
It really.
And now, does he leave on that note? Does he really walk away down? I don't know. I mean, I feel like he's not going to stick around to rebuild. There's no light at the end of the tunnel here for the Pats, right? I mean, I know everyone's talking up how good you guys are, but in reality, just like the Jets, you got Miami and Buffalo ahead of you for the next couple of years at least. So how long is Belichick going to hang around waiting to bypass them and the Jets with all the picks they're getting?
Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to be long. Like we talked about, I think it's
so now the Pats are number 4. They're going to be number 4 for the next couple of years. That's what we're saying, or that's what Joe's saying at least.
Well, I mean, let's face it. It's all going to depend on if Belichick stays alive, and no one knows that. I mean, I guarantee you, the only 2 people that know or have had that conversation is Bill and his wife, and then Bill and Kraft. That's it. No one else knows. I mean, they don't give out anything. So, you know, if this is Belichick's last year, we're going to find out about it when he decides to let everybody know. I don't think it will be. I don't think it will be. I think
he'll hang around through the rebuild.
It depends what you call a rebuild. Well, I mean,
let's say you
are they going to gut like the Jets? I mean,
no.
We're not that far off from winning some really key games this year. We're really not. And I know we were on the other side of them. Our offense needs a lot of help. Our defense is a lot better than our offense, I think. Now, last week they didn't show it. But when we get everybody back next year, if we do from COVID, our defense is pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. Like I said, we need those offensive pieces. Sign a tight end that can catch the ball. Wide receivers are coming along. I don't know who's going to be our quarterback. I mean, trust me, there's huge holes. I don't see it as a full-blown rebuild because one side of the ball is playing pretty damn good at times. So I don't know.
Well, right now you're slated with the 16th pick in the draft.
Mm-hmm.
So you've got I don't know what you're going to get there, but it's an interesting thing to think you've got a division now that if things go the way they're looking, you're going to have Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, and Tua as 3 of the quarterbacks on that team. And now you're Bill Belichick sitting there with an aging Cam Newton as a 1-year option and Jared Stidham behind him. You're either full in or you're like, what are you doing at that point, right? Like,
yeah, but even Josh Allen at times hasn't looked great this year.
No, but
so there's no clear-cut Kansas City in the AFC East is kind of what I'm getting at. There isn't. There's no clear-cut winner every year. I mean, for the next couple of years, I mean, right now we're talking about Buffalo and Miami. Nobody was talking that. So right there, that's kind of leading us on to the path of, okay, so if we can just step up our offensive game, and I agree with Shane about Belichick staying until he gets Shula's record. I completely agree with that. But if we can step up our offensive game, we're going to have a chance to win the AFC East because Buffalo hasn't ran away with it. They haven't. They're a very vulnerable team. They just are. Miami, who knows what Miami's going to show up? We don't know.
Yeah. See, this is such a great comment from our perspective, Jim, like that right there. That shows the hope that's there, and it's going to slowly dissolve and get crushed when year after year is just this. You're stuck.
I know right where he's coming from. Yeah, no doubt.
Right. I just said the Jets are going to be in the playoffs in 2 years, right? It's that's how we survive. That's how we survive as a sports fan.
Yes.
And
they're not used to this. They're not used to this. No.
You're gonna right. So let's revisit this in 3 years when the carousel continues. You sign Cam for another year. He goes 7-7. Then you draft a young quarterback who struggles at 4-12, and then the next year he wins one more game for 5. And are we going to stick with him, or are we going to go a different direction? This is the beginning of what it is to be a normal sports fan. Like it's not decades long of constant domination. That's it. Like you guys got to live through one of the most amazing runs in sports history, and I don't think it'll ever be matched. I really don't see any team being able to compete at that level for that long without any breaks at all. No. I mean, even you saw.
Well, the Chiefs have a shot at doing something like that.
They have a shot, but we'll see. I mean, you look at, and Carlos brought it up on the last show with the Colts. The Colts. Yeah, see, like I said, delusional Patriots fans. But your brother's old enough to remember as well. So,
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Yep.
So Tyler, this is incorrect. This is
I said
using
5 and
now
then 4.
that's using his manipulated statistical model that he used before for the shitty New York teams. You got to use the actual stats to show what Trevor Lawrence can do. So
Yeah, but let's look at the Jets haven't made it in 10 years. Why would 5 be out of the question? It's only half of what they just been missing now.
Because we're not going to waste a couple years with Ryan Fitzpatrick and Josh McCown as our quarterbacks anymore. Like those, these piecemeal quarterbacks that they threw in there for years trying to do something.
You just don't know, though.
You
don't know.
You don't. That's
let's
the
go
beauty.
let's go back to the show where we talked about when Donald first came on and what you predicted for that.
What was it? 9 and 7?
No, we weren't on the air then, were we?
No. So it turns out all those archives are gone.
Those are deleted.
Yeah,
they're in Iron Mountain. Yeah.
I mean, at the beginning of the year, we didn't hear anything about Trevor Lawrence being drafted. I don't think so, Jim. Did we?
No.
In fact, all I heard was Chris Herndon was going to be the greatest tight end since Gronk. They had offensive firepower. I don't know.
Plenty of cash. So I do agree with Tyler. I agree with Tyler that 5 years. I don't think the Jets are
4.
close to making the playoffs for a while.
Look at Joe. It's still eating.
I don't. I'm sorry. I don't.
No, and the Jets cap space is almost $100 million. So they've got a lot. They've got a lot of money to spend. So a lot of money, a lot of draft picks. Trevor Lawrence.
Maybe they'll sign Le'Veon Bell again.
Maybe.
With a different coach.
$6. I'll give them.
Frank Gore, man. Frank Gore's not going anywhere, buddy.
It's crazy.
All right. So you're back to the Pats. So you're taking the Pats.
I'm taking New England.
New England's getting 2.5 home dogs.
I mean, I'm just taking New England straight up. I mean, point-wise, whatever. I'm taking New England straight up. This is a game that on paper it looks like they shouldn't win, so they're going to win it.
Yeah.
And I think they can. And I think they can do it. I'm telling you that West Coast trip. When did Arizona fly in? Today? Did they fly in today or yesterday?
I have no idea.
No idea.
I don't know.
So it's not like teams can get prepared a week in advance anymore. You know what I mean?
Right. They gotta fly in. They gotta get tested. They gotta go through the whole thing. So they have to be here already. They're already resting in a hotel or whatever.
Right. I'm sure they are, but I mean, I don't know if they got here today or yesterday. So I'm guessing probably yesterday. You know, after a nice big Thanksgiving meal, the bellies are full, flying across the East Coast, and they're like, "Holy shit! It's nighttime at 4:00 here. This is terrible." They're all screwed up right now.
It's the same as up here, so it's terrible.
Yeah, but it's worse here because it happened sooner for them because they lost time.
Sure. Yeah, it's gonna feel like it's dark at 1:00 in the afternoon.
Agree, Tyler. Agree.
Yep. No, I'm taking the Cardinals. There's no chance the Pats win.
Yes, there we go. You sealed it.
I'll say it for you because I know you want to hear it. I'm saying it. Arizona. So lay the points.
I agree with you, Jim. This is. I know I predicted the Patriots beating the Ravens because the Ravens are not that good of a team. Arizona is a good team, and I don't think they're going to lay down.
Remember that. They lost to Detroit and Carolina. Remember that. Just remember that.
So for the recap show, I'm going to say they lose by 13. Really? All right. So we'll in a couple of days when we're back on, we'll see how close I was.
13.
I think Arizona wins by 13.
Whew, that's interesting.
That's my prediction. So we'll see. So John's taking them straight up. I say Arizona wins by 13.
I'll say Arizona wins by 20.
Wow. I almost choked on my water. Easy.
Joe,
what is this? The Price is Right? Is this The Price is Right? You're going to bid higher than me just to win the showcase showdown?
Sorry, what did you say? 13?
Yeah.
I bid $14. $14.
Yeah, I'll bet $1.
I'm going to say you guys are both insane.
Yeah.
20 points. Kyler Murray runs for 2 touchdowns, throws for 2 touchdowns. And
okay.
That's only 28 points. They're going to give up 32.
Oh, I didn't talk about the running backs.
You don't need
Yeah, Drake will have a touchdown.
Arizona loses by 6 or less. Okay. Hey.
All right, Tyler.
So we'll see. It's on record. Now he's got it on record. We got it on record right there.
Yep. So, all right.
I type in chat? So it's on record? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we got you.
It's official. It's official. He's got his bet in.
So John's got straight up. So you're not comfortable enough to take more than a field goal, right?
I mean, I'm just playing the money line. I'm just betting the money line right now. Pat, straight up. I mean, they got 2.5. So I mean, they got plus 2.5. So okay, I'll take that.
All right. Well, we'll see. I can't wait to recap this game. I think it's going to be.
But I think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to just cover. I think they're going to win, and covering would be what 30 to 28. That's how they would cover. So,
no, that's not going to
happen.
No.
Whew. Okay, I can't wait to see the electrical tape over that logo next week.
It'll still be there along with the sweatshirt, my friend.
Right. There you go.
Well, you know what? If you win, if you win, cut the sleeves off that and go straight Belichick.
I may do that.
That's
I may do that, and I'm going to shove a yellow flag in my sock.
Yep. Bring a Subway sandwich with you too.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's wrap it. 20 points, 13 points, and John for the straight up win.
Straight up for the win.
Okay.
So, all right. So we'll definitely be back to recap this. Probably Monday. Super excited for this one. Can't wait to watch this game. It should be an absolutely awesome game to watch.
Now you got to watch it.
Yeah, because I mean, how often do you see the Patriots get beat by 20? So I'm super excited to see that as a Jets fan. Yeah. All right. So let's wrap it. We'll be back with the Giants and Bengals. Without Joe Burrow, which is so disappointing. That game, yes. I was so looking forward to Burrow versus Jones and seeing what that was going to be.
You lucked out.
I wanted Burrow. You didn't want Burrow. I did.
It's going to be
him. Come on.
It's going to be good. So cancel it. Or please make sure you guys subscribe, hit that bell, set it to all, get all of our notifications. We need you guys. Thank you for participating today, Tyler, Carlos, Shaney. Thank you for everybody.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And if you want to come back for the Giants, just to listen and kind of heckle a little bit, please feel free. Jump on. You should be getting a notification here in a minute. So until the recap show, best of luck to Arizona.
They're going to need it. They're going to need it.
All right. So for Jim, for John, I'm Joe. We'll see you guys.